And today we got Les, the homie that I met at Monsterpalooza. Came all the way down here from Vegas. And we got co-producer Anderson B. Cox.
Yo.
Les,
Yeah.
man, thanks for coming down, brother.
Bro, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. This has been a dope weekend, too.
Yeah, we got to definitely get into that. So, was it 2015 or 2016 when we went, when the Aliens cast was there, some of the cast was there at Monsterpalooza?
Yeah, coincidentally, my first year and your first year was actually 2015. And that was a personal opinion. Well, it was one of the best years, but yeah, they had the whole Aliens cast.
Yeah.
You know, they had Sonny Chiba there. And I can't remember who else was there. But yeah, I mean, they had pretty much like, you know, the most of the Aliens cast, so it was pretty epic.
And that was my first one as well too. And so I didn't have a lot of the stuff I have now, but that would have been a great opportunity because the cast of Aliens was there. I didn't have my shoes, the Reebok shoes then, because if I had them then, I would have had Drake hit it, Vasquez, Hicks, or Hudson. No, Hudson was he still alive then? Yeah, he was still alive then. Bill Paxton, but he wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately not. That would have been dope.
That would have been dope if they were both there, man. Who else was there? Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, Lance. Yeah, Lance, Michael Bain, Jeanette, and Mark Rolston.
He was Drake, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drake.
So that first year, I didn't dress up. I usually dress up as Travis Bickle. At least for a few years, I did. So we didn't actually meet that day, right?
I believe I saw you, but when we actually encountered and spoke to each other was the following year at 2016.
In April.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
2016. Wow, man, it's been 4 years. Well, 5 years since I guess that first one. But how long have they been doing that? Because I had just heard about it. That was the first one I went to because I just heard about it.
I believe it was like 2012 or.
Damn. I would have been going to that.
Yeah. You know, it hasn't been around long.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And it still seems like they got some adjustments to do. You know, with this new one that they got coming up with the photo ops, which has always been an issue.
That's gonna be interesting, dude. Because I don't know how that's gonna work, man. Larry brought up a good point that what does that do to the line as far as, you know, signature line? Is that gonna slow that up if they have to get up, go do photo ops? You know, so man, it might be more of the day in line now.
Yeah, for going to like days of the day, I think what they'll do is if you're in the queue, they'll hold the queue, and if you choose to leave it or whatever, you want to stay in line and wait for them to come back from that photo op, then they'll just resume their sign-ins then.
Okay.
So I believe that's how it works.
Les is a Friday the 13th head, man, like historian, man. So I'm not, you know, I'm more into Halloween, obviously. So we've been planning this, you know, for a while to come down and kind of go over everything. So I revisited the 8 movie box set recently, and I don't think I've seen 9, but I'm pretty nice with Jason X, and I love the reboot in 2009 with Derek Mears. Mm-hmm. So you were into Friday the 13th obviously as a child, and what kind of propelled that?
Well, yeah, it started off early. Luckily, you know, I had, my older brothers, they're 10 and 8 years older than me. So, you know, they were already watching all that hardcore stuff, you know, when I was a youngin'. So, it started off seeing part 1, you know, just loving the atmosphere for it. You know, growing up in Vegas, you know, not being around like lakes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, the vibe of those movies, it just kind of like, you know, it just kind of puts you there. So, I mean, always loved them. And then part 2 was always a big favorite of mine as well. And then I didn't see part 3 until I was relatively older.
Right.
But that's actually, you know, my favorite one. So, yeah, growing up on the movie channels, for some reason, their current rotations would usually be like 1, 2, and 4.
They'd skip 3. Is it because of the 3D element on it?
I'm not exactly sure. I think that, you know, that could play a part, but yeah, for some reason, it was like it was never on the movie, you know, channels like HBO and all that kind of stuff, you know, Showtime late at night. So I didn't find out about that one until later, but yeah, the horror, you know, I don't know, the horror aspect that's in that with the slasher, and I mean, it just, I don't know, it just drew me in. I don't know.
And you kind of stuck with that over
Yeah.
Halloween's and sleepaway camps. Okay.
Yeah. More
All right.
slasher based, definitely. In the 78, of course,
Yeah.
So what about Jason? Is it that like draws you in, or over anybody else?
I don't know. It's just his image, man. I love the slouched shoulders that he has. It's just really intimidating, that hockey mask. Well, one, I feel like he's it's believable because of, how, his origins, basically him being brought back from the dead. You know what I mean? So it's like, that right there is imposing as it being like a human just walking around, murdering people. But and then of course, his image, it's just so iconic, the hockey mask, and I mean, his diversity with weapons, of course, too. And then I don't know, I feel like Friday 13th has the best franchise of films. They're 12 strong, and you can maybe only point out to like one or two of them actually being terrible,
right.
as opposed to a lot of these other ones, like I was talking to Mike about with like Wrong Turn. It's like the first and second one are great, and then from there it's like they're just low budget crap movies.
Right, just using off the name.
Yeah, it's horrible. So I mean, but yeah, so I just feel like it has a strong foundation to it. And then but Jason himself, though, I mean, I don't know, it's just, it's one of those things, you see it and you're drawn to it.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that Crystal Lake Memories, that's pretty solid 5-hour documentary, dude.
Oh, yeah, you get your money's worth on that.
Definitely, man. So I know we spoke yesterday on, it's not that you don't count the first one, but that's for you kind of by itself.
Yeah, because of the whole mother aspect being in there.
Right.
It's kind of like the foundation for the other sequels,
Yeah.
I don't think they knew they were going to have that type of success with it.
No.
And then once it blew up the way, it's like, oh crap, we got to we got to do something else.
Got to do something else. And that leads us to the potato sack, right? Or whatever that sack was over Jason's head in the second one. And you brought a little something signed by something, if you would show everybody that, and who signed it.
From the late great Steve Dash. We got the sack head.
That's badass, dude.
So yeah, he was selling this at his table. I believe it was like $20.
That's awesome. How was he? Was he cool?
Oh, great dude. He's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
So he has he had a distinct attitude about him, but he was really friendly and great, dude. He signed everything, and I don't know do you guys know of the band The Misfits?
Yeah.
That big dude Doyle was right at the table next to him when I was getting my stuff signed by him.
Really?
And he was like, can you get out of the way, dude? I need to take a picture with him. And I'm like, dude, Doyle's crazy, dude. I was like, but yeah, dude, he didn't care, dude. He was a great dude. So we lost him. I think it was December of last year, or 2018, December 2018.
Okay. Now, does he rank pretty high for you? I mean, he obviously was without the hockey mask, but his Jason and his portrayal, I mean, what does that do for you as a fan?
I liked his portrayal. I don't think they really knew what they were going with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it still kind of seemed like he was, humanish and, like dead. But, I don't know what they were really going with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they just kind of... They were still going with him just being, deformed look with the, hiding his looks. And then I think once they got to like 3 and 4, that's when they're like, we need to make him more of a, like monster type,
Yeah, man. Looking at, we were going through the people in the first one, and as I'm watching them, I'm IMDbing everybody,
Yeah.
A few of these cats have died, Speaking of the strip poker girl from the first one, right? That was there with Adrian King.
Brenda, yeah.
She died young, man.
Yeah.
I don't know is she in her 40s maybe? I don't even remember.
Yeah, she I think that was 2006 she passed.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
that's been a minute, but Her, and then I'm trying, you know, and then we had Miss Voorhees back in 2015.
Right. She lived a long one.
Yeah, and then
Betsy Palmer, right?
Betsy Palmer. Yeah, and then
It's like 2007 was Laura Lee Birmingham, isn't it?
Is that what it is? Okay.
2007.
2007.
And December 2018 for Dash.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
And then back to part 2, we were talking about Steve passed, and then also the Mark, the wheelchair victim.
In 2, right? That's right. And then Steve. That's right, Steve, and then Mark. Yeah. And then looking up, of course, Marta Kober.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully everything works out for her. She looks like she's.
Yeah, I can tell that really hit home with you, man. Yeah, it was tough seeing that.
Yeah.
I actually I got a buddy that goes to a lot of cons, and he actually lives out in New Jersey, so he goes to a ton of the Friday 13th stuff and, you know, signings and all that. But yeah, he had a photo of her and her boyfriend in the movie. Is it Jack?
Oh, the dude with the hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot his
Jack.
name, but yeah. That's part 2. Anderson.
Yeah, and you know, he looks fine, but she looks in like she's had a rough couple decades on her. You know what I mean? She looks like she's had some, you know, she's been struggling with addiction and stuff, so
Marta, we're thinking about you. You know what I mean?
Sending our love.
Yes, indeed, and maybe one day you can join the podcast, you know?
Yeah.
So 2 is that when they introduce it as Camp Blood? That would be the second one, right? With what because of what happened in the first one?
Well, actually, no. In the first one, they already refer to it as Camp Blood. If you remember when they're in the diner.
All right.
And you know, and then the old guy Ralph too. You know, you're going to Camp Blood. You know, so yeah, it actually is. It was given that name since what happened prior to part 1 when Jason actually drowned.
When he drowned.
And she went, Miss Voorhees went nuts, and then she, you know, started messing with the camp, tarnishing the water, you know.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Sean Cunningham did the first one, and on that documentary, he was saying that with the success of Halloween, I mean, they weren't really trying to do anything new. I mean, they just wanted to make some slasher shit, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, it was reminiscent of Black Christmas, 1974, in that a lot of it was POV, you know, Mrs. Voorhees, and Black Christmas, which I just saw last year, the original Black Christmas. If you guys haven't seen that, it is creepy, man. This killer's hanging out in the attic of this sorority, and they don't know it. These girls don't know it, and the sounds he makes when he calls on the phone. I mean, it's a little jarring, man. I haven't seen the remakes on those, but yeah, it's crazy.
That's a terrifying thought. Think someone's living in your house, which you know, I mean,
spoiler alert: 45 years later, or whatever it is, 46 years later. I mean, when the movie ends, he's still up there. You know?
Oh my god.
So, yeah, good stuff, man. So 2 was good. I enjoyed 2. Of course, that was before the hockey mask. To me, the sack was scary enough.
Hell yeah.
And once we get to the reboot, we talked how they combined, you know, the 2009 combined 4, right?
Yeah, combining all those different elements of the films, like certain things.
Yep. And that was smart.
And I remembered yesterday we were talking about, I was like, what was it about the final chapter that, you know, that I could tie in? It was like, the whole brother-sister relationship. You know?
And I didn't think about that. I can only name the 3, which was the mom getting decapitated, and then part 2 would be the potato sack.
The potato sack, yep.
And then 3 was
him getting his hockey mask.
The hockey mask
after he takes out the hillbilly dude.
Shit ain't fucking right, man. Yeah, that was a great scene, dude.
Yeah, that one was creepy, dude. The fact that he goes up there and then he just like turns up out of the, you know what I'm saying? You're just like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, exactly, man. And then so you get to part 3, which I tried to get us up there, but they weren't too friendly to get into that Valuze movie ranch. Oh man. So, but it's in Saugus, you know. We'll try to get there eventually. I know Adam the Woo was there, and everything looks to be still standing. Even the bridge where Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a little covered in from dirt or whatever, but it's still there. At least the last I saw it, where Jason fires the whatever that is, that spear.
Yep, that harpoon gun.
That harpoon.
I mean that film, yeah, man. The feel of that barn. Oh man, it's like my second home, and I've never even visited it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's out in Saugus, a couple hours away, or something like that. Yeah. But one thing I did notice, excuse me, on part 3 was a lot of the lens. A lot of the shots, the lens was dirty, man. Either with debris, dust, scratches, and I know I would think they'd look back and go, damn it, because that's what I would do. Like, damn it. And I just wonder why. And you brought up a good point with the 3D cameras they had to deal with too.
Yeah, it was they were wasting a lot of time on getting unnecessary shots of him, throwing a wallet at a camera, or you know what I mean, or him walking at it with a fire poker or some crap to white ray, So it's just like, and I mean I don't know why it's like that, to where part 1 looks so clean. You know what I mean, on Blu-ray, and 2, you know what I mean, and then part 3 you get these parts where it's these like certain scenes where like with the baseball bat when they're doing 3D with that after he kills the first 2 victims at the at the mini mart. Yeah. And then it cuts to the the teens in the neighborhood. That shot was terribly grainy. I know you remember that. It looks like they almost like accidentally intentionally did it. It's like, dude.
Yeah. So the beginning
all these black spots.
Even the beginning of 3, which showed the end of 2, correct? That had a little scratch on something, and I don't know why that would be, because the end of 2, if I remember, didn't have that same scratch, and they used the same scene. So maybe something on the transfer of whatever they were doing back then, however they did it. But you look past that.
Oh yeah, I mean, the good thing is it's a early '80s film, so it kind of gives it that throwback feel to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Yeah. And was that Crystal Lake? Did they move around on Crystal Lakes as far as location wise? Do you know? Because the first one, did you say it was in Jersey?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jersey.
Jersey.
Yep. I'm pretty from what I remember. Yeah, most of them are filmed out there near that same lake, but like part 1 and 2 actually. But then they start from what I remember. I know obviously 3's in a different location. Right. It's in California. Mm-hmm. And then part 4. I can't remember off the top of my head where it was shot at, but I know that they built the 2 houses to be adjacent to each other.
In 4.
Yeah, so you could have those back and forths where he's, running back and forth, killing people from both houses,
Yeah, but 3 had some pretty good kills, I thought, right? And that's your favorite one, right?
Yeah, that's got some of the best ones, man. You got the you've got, of course, the where he cuts the dude in 2, Andy, always walking around with doing his handstands.
Right. Yep.
And then of course there's Rick getting his head crushed in the 3D eyeball effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like part 4 was filmed at Topeka Canyon.
Really?
That's what it says, in a private location, private house.
Able to build those 2 houses.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. That's cool. Well, 2 had a couple of good kills, right? With Marta and her boyfriend, that shish kebab kill, which they couldn't even show. Yeah. They couldn't show the whole cut on that, but that was a dope kill, man.
It's like in every Friday movie, there's always like at least 2 memorable kills.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, even going back to like the first one, when, like the Kevin Bacon or the Marcy with the axe to the head. Yeah. Is always a favorite, the way it hits the lamp. Yep, so you get that effect of it hitting her, you know what I mean? And they don't show it actually, hitting her in the head.
A lot of off-screen kills and stuff. But
yeah, that was well directed, you know what I mean? That they took into account those kind of things,
Right.
It's like, we don't need to show the axe hitting her in the head. We'll just show it hitting this lamp,
Yeah, and that's cool. And Savini was on 1, right? But I don't think he returned for 2.
Didn't return till 4, the final chapter.
So he skipped 3 too, huh? Mm-hmm. Wow, well, he's probably super busy, man.
Yeah. But like I said, it's weird, they... it's like all the cast from part 1 pretty much returned to 4, and then our boy Steve Miner did 2 and 3.
That's right.
So
did H2O, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good movie.
Definitely, man. So, did you have a problem with the timeline at all from 1 to 2, as far as where was Jason all this time, or fuck it, don't matter?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of confusing to where it's like, how is he like a grown man after, you know what I mean, after like, you know, was it like 10 years that passed?
Yeah.
From his death or whatever to when, you know, part 1 takes place. And they have a lot of continuity errors where you'll look at the tombstone of, like, I think it's final chapter, and you see the death of her, Betsy Palmer.
Okay.
On the tombstone, it's like, it's wrong, I believe. I believe it's like 79 or something it says on her tombstone, but yet, you know, the movie's filmed in 80, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, there's little stuff like that kind of just throws you off, that you know that they didn't really think it through.
Right. Damn. Okay, and then so Adrienne King, she came back for 2, but apparently she wanted a little more money. Is that why they had that small scene for her, or did they decide to write her off? Okay.
Yeah, they had that old felt like a, you know, completely tacked on.
Yeah, it felt
after
like
post-production shot scene, you know, her and her, you know, flopping around on the bed.
Yeah.
And, you know, calling her mom, and then them killing her off, you know what I mean? So it's like,
that shit felt like
a point.
It felt like sometimes they got to add scenes for TV, you know what I mean? It felt like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
they're like, our body count's low, we need one more on there. Or, you know, I think it was just her being the first surviving heroine of the first film. It's like, we gotta do something with her.
And even the girl from 2, didn't they killed her off in Jenny
they didn't do a reappearance of her or anything.
She did 2.
They show her getting put out on the stretcher at the end of 2, and then that's
okay.
it.
That's right. She talked about that in Crystal Lake Memory. She said she thought she was going to do bigger and better things. And
they had said that. Yeah, remember she mentioned something about they wanted Jason to be like stalking her at school or something.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, thank God they didn't do that.
Man,
that would have that wouldn't have been good.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have gotten 3 and 4.
Right, exactly. We go to 4 now, and that's where Corey Feldman's in there. And what would you think of that whole premise? Because, you know, every one they're gonna have to come up with something, you know. And how's that ride for you?
Ah, man, I love it. I love Final Chapter. It's a frequent go-to one for me.
Yeah,
I think Ted White's Jason, that is about as brutal as, I think the only other Jason you say is as brutal as Derek Mears.
Damn. So Ted White,
yeah,
gets a comparison to Derek. Okay.
Yeah. Derek. I mean, Ted was rough in that one.
Okay, and so he was rougher than Kane too.
Yeah. Well, you know, because Kane kind of had the whole slow lumbering. I mean, Ted White was the actual last Jason that was like, you know, running, chasing after, you know, people. So.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I mean, Ted White had some brutal stuff in that movie, man. The guy in the shower where he's, you know, where he crushes his face.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, I also love the one where the girl runs down the steps after she finds him.
Yeah.
And he just flings the axe through the door.
Yeah.
And it hits her. I mean, it's
some
just
good
like,
kills. You know?
Yeah, man. They got some creative stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Which is the one where they're in the RV? Are we not there yet?
That's 6.
Okay, 6. So we'll get to that.
Lives.
That was a good kill with the girl in the bathroom. You know, by the way. So.
Yeah.
You get to. That was
a nice
kill.
one.
Yeah, exactly. So you get to the kill. I mean, you get to the brother and sister thing with Corey and his sister, and you kind of compared that to the reboot.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Corey Feldman, who was it Tommy Jarvis?
That's his name in the films. Yeah.
He just happened to go cuckoo at the end there, right?
He went crazy after his mom dying, I guess, and killing Jason, of course.
Yeah.
Hacking him up the way he did. And then, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, we get this opening to 5 where we think it's going to be him in the movie, and then it just cuts to this new guy, and we're like, what the heck? You know? And then he's all depressed and, you know, in a, you know, halfway house and whatnot. So it took a real, you know, weird turn.
Yeah, it did, man. What was my man's name? The Jason in 4?
Ted White.
You have him on any of those masks behind you?
Yeah,
okay.
We got him right here.
Cool.
This is actually his in the center right here.
Okay. Was he cool, or how'd that go when you met him?
Oh yeah, he's great. I mean, you gotta take into account now. He's actually like 92 or something. Yeah. He's up there, bro. And then we got Corey. We got Tommy Jarvis, Corey Feldman right there, and then Savini, who of course did the effects of it.
Okay, cool.
On there too. So Yeah, Ted White's great, man. He was super cool. Unfortunately, I still had one more thing. I had the NECA figure.
Yeah.
That I needed to get signed by him, and he wasn't there Sunday. He was supposed to be there all 3 days, and he left.
Oh shit.
He left after Saturday, but I got like at least like I think like 5 things signed by him. So
you hit up Corey at the panel, didn't you? Didn't you catch him walking out or something?
Yeah, they had a panel. They added him last minute, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. It was like I think the week of the con that they like announced it, like that Monday or something.
Just panel though, right? It wasn't going to be signing, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was a panel or that he was going to be at, and then of course they come out for most of them to do like signatures afterwards. So we kind of figured that's what he was going to do. So we skipped the panel. We kind of figured where they were going to set his table at.
Yeah.
So we just went ahead and like, dude, we'll just wait right here. So there was like 2 people ahead of us waiting, and then sure enough, they came out and set up, and then the line built up hella crazy, But yeah, we got him. He was charging like I want to say he was charging like $50 or something like that, but.
Oh, okay. He was charging
for the signature.
Yeah, after a panel, which is weird.
But is he still at a table charging, or is he just standing there? Give me 50. Or how's
no,
that work?
they had a table. He brought
okay.
out pictures and all that too, so it was cool. It was like a last minute thing, you know what I mean?
I wonder why he just doesn't do a Monsterpalooza every week. Just do a couple days, I don't
know. I think it was probably I don't know. He's been having some money issues and whatnot or whatever, so I don't know. He probably it was a last minute thing. He's like, hey, I can go here real quick and,
Yeah, he just said, come here real fast, what I'm saying? Quick, pay you to do the panel real fast, and, then you can sell your merch at the end.
Make a quick $2,000, or $3,000 or whatever it is that he made,
Man, okay.
50 signature, though, so I don't know. You're probably getting some money.
Make quick 5 G's, do 100.
5, 10, exactly. 50 a signature, and you said the line built up? Like,
yeah. Speaking of making money off autographs and signatures and pictures, man, Robert England.
That was crazy.
Man, the Brinks truck I heard came and picked up some of his dough, man. That was like 160
Brinks truck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got a quick selfie for like 80 and then an autograph for another 80, just like as soon as I did it, I'm like, damn. All right.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, right?
I dropped $240 on him. I was like, who knows? This might be the first and last time I meet him. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll just do it.
Maybe that Brian
go
like
all out.
240 and seriously probably 2 minutes. Yeah, maybe. I mean, he wasn't too talkative. He was cool.
Oh, man. With mine, I had him get I had a big poster of the original.
Yeah.
He actually drew a sketch on that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like it was him, like he draw. I don't know, like I've seen him do it on other, like he does it on certain ones.
Yeah.
But he took his time with us actually.
Okay, well
that's why
cool.
I could see how his line was building up. Was he was probably talking too much. You know what I mean?
Okay, maybe I know that the
you
day
probably
I was
caught
there,
him when he was like trying to speed up.
Yeah.
To get people through.
He was speeding them up.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, what do you want? What do you want? His handlers and stuff.
Because, everybody that was meeting him was, like, flipping out, you know what I mean? I saw one girl crying and all that, so I was just like, oh, man, that's every person that's, like, 10, 15 minutes he's spending with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's Freddy Krueger, man. That's
iconic, exactly. Good stuff, dude.
But, he was that all weekend he was there, right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
I don't remember.
I think he was because there was people Saturday that couldn't get stuff, you know what I mean? It was so busy, they had to come back Sunday, I think.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember me and Larry saying, well, glad we got him today, so tomorrow we can just walk around. Mm-hmm. So, because it was 2 lines when I went. We waited probably a total of 3 hours. The first line might have been an hour and a half, and then they let you in this room, and there's another line.
Yeah.
And then, it's like, damn, dude. But we went early enough, to get it. How was that Bruce Campbell? You went straight to his line, right?
Yeah. It was the same like with Freddy's too. As soon as the doors open, we just like run in there. The Campbell one was different because if you remember, like where the entrance is, it was clear across the other side, but they made you go around and through in the convention center.
Okay.
Like it was so stupid. Like they gave us the runaround to go wait in line. You know what I mean? As soon as we got in there, and his line was cool, but wasn't too long, but he wasn't taking photos in there, so that was only like downer.
Okay.
But he was real cool and talkative and all that. So.
Okay. Well, that's good, man.
Yeah, cool dude.
What was he, $60 or how much was it?
It was like 50 50 something like that, 50, 60.
Get your money, man.
I got
right?
like
I gotta get that where my signature is $50.
Yeah,
man. I gotta
man.
start working.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just certain, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like I
certain
really
people.
wanted that Army of Darkness poster
Right.
sign, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's an iconic looking, you know, poster. So I was like, man, to have him on that, it was like, you know, that'd be dope. So
Anderson, you think they make a deal before they go in? Like, hey, if I don't get X amount of signatures, you got to at least pay me this? You think it's
wonder.
like a, huh?
I wonder if they would.
be
Yeah,
surprised.
I mean, I guess you'd get you there. I have to get a fee. I mean, it is an event. I guess I'm not going there for free. So I imagine you have to get some kind of fee for coming in.
Like, I get this if I don't make this.
Yeah, but
type thing.
I bet you not even that. I bet you have to pay me this to show up, and then I'm gonna make this on top of that.
Yeah.
You know what I
can
mean?
see that.
Because why would I bank on the fans and whatever when I know you are setting up the event? So you're gonna make some money off the ticket sales. So give me $10,000. Give me $5,000 to show up, and then I'll set up my booth. Don't charge me anything for my booth, of course.
Right.
And then I'll charge everybody $50 to come in. That's not a bad little, that might not be a bad take.
I'm sure they're giving him a room and food
you
and
have
flying him in and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
You got to
man.
put them up, I imagine.
Yeah. So
unfortunately, there's also the, you know, what about the ones that are dead? You know what I mean? Like they don't got
Yeah.
no traffic coming.
right. Exactly, dude.
You
Terrible,
know what I
man.
mean?
Yep.
Unless they're like a local or something. And,
Right.
You know, it's like you know, we can fill you in here or whatever, and they just do it because. But
Right.
yeah, I always wondered how that works with the people that don't do a lot of business.
I imagine, because the stars are bringing in the traffic. So, the people that have done these iconic movies, they're going to
Yeah.
bring in the people or whatever. Yeah, if you're just somebody coming up, you're hoping to get some residual.
Well, the real Michael Myers said that at that Dark Side in Riverside. It was up here, probably about 20, 25 minutes away. That was their first year. It was last year. It was cool. It was a little spread out. But anyways, Linda Blair was there. And I heard, I don't know if it's true, it's just what I heard, that she didn't get what she thought she would get. So there was something written up where she had to get X amount,
Okay.
It's because if there's not a lot of traffic there, right?
Right.
Then I'd imagine you'd have to set it up to make it worth her while,
Yeah, she thought she was gonna do, you know, good business there, not knowing it was a first time con.
Yeah.
Or something, you know what I mean?
First time and
And she's used to getting a certain something, too,
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
I might be used to going to cons and getting a certain amount or whatever, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden I go here and it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? I waste my time. I go out here or whatever,
If I remember right, because I got this one here, I want to say it was 60.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if she charged for a picture or not. If she did, it might have been 20, but I don't remember. But she's there a lot. I heard she donates a lot to her.
She's been at like almost every Monsterpalooza I've been to. She's been on there.
It's like, why not?
Yeah.
Right?
You know she lives like right around the corner or something. You know.
And she has a decent line most of the time.
So Google says that, and we don't know how accurate it is, but Google says that they can make between $5,000 to $10,000 a day for to the cons. Cons will pay them $5,000 to $10,000 just to show up.
Just to show up.
And then they sell their merch on top of that.
Okay, so if I'm paying you to come for, say, $5,000.
Right. That's $5 a day.
Okay, so 5. Let's say you come one day, 5 a day. If you make 10, what does that mean for me paying you? You know what I mean?
No, you still pay the 5, and I make 10. So I mean, I leave with 15 is basically.
But Monsterpalooza is, that's an entity. So they got to have some kind of.
So they are probably, Monsterpalooza is probably not going to be able to do everything they can if they don't bring that actor or a certain amount, a certain tier of actor in, or you know what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta figure I can do my con, and then I can next thing I can bring in this person I know, like Robert Englund, who I know people want to come see for a fact.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So okay, I'll give you 10,000 Robert Englund a day to come through. I know for a fact that you being here is gonna make me 10,000 at the door.
I get the door then.
Yeah,
Monsterpalooza gets the
he's gonna
door.
definitely get the door.
Monsterpalooza will get the door.
Get the door. Yeah, they gotta get tickets. That's whatever.
Okay, so if they get the door, then that's
and they're
fine.
getting vendor money too, because vendors are paying to get there as well.
Okay, so that's probably where.
In the merchant booths
dough.
and whatnot
Yeah.
too.
The merch booth is probably one that's not going to sell anything, or if you're not big time, whatever. Because I'm not bringing my money to buy whatever you have. If you have Robert Englund here to sign an autograph, so you're not getting any money from me. But he will. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably the ones that are. I don't want to say get screwed over, but they're probably the most disunfortunate of the group.
But there's got to be a way too. Like if let's say you are going for Robert Englund and you're like, hey Mike, come with me, and I'm like, all right, I'll go and check out the merchandise.
Right.
So it could be bringing in more traffic.
That's true.
More various traffic. I would think.
Yeah.
Who would think who's not going to see something? Because there's a lot of people that are going to walk by and creatively spend something on something that you might have seen that
right.
you might not, that you might take home. You might like, oh, what?
Right.
I've never seen this before. Let me whatever. So you might get a little bit, but I wonder how much of that is if I'm already taking my money in. Because especially we've done a few podcasts now, so everybody's talked about how they've gone in line to pay money to go see a certain person, whatever. So I'm wondering how much extra money vendors are getting for whatever they're getting.
Right. Yeah, and they're responsible for bringing in stuff to get signed by the guests too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's up to them to have the stuff in stock.
And a lot of people are bringing stuff with them to get signed. Like I remember was John Witherspoon Friday. Mm-hmm. So was it John Witherspoon, right?
Yeah, the father.
Yeah, the father. Okay, just let me say, rest in peace, John Witherspoon. But I saw him at the Improv, and literally people were he was doing a stand up, whatever. Literally people had like, all the movies that Boomerang, or whatever. And they're just waiting just to, can you please sign it? Just whatever. So a lot of times people are bringing something in just because they know that person's gonna be there, so that they can get like, whatever, so. Yeah,
there's certain a certain bar or something, if you know someone's like performing there or something, it's the only reason you're going there. Otherwise, you wouldn't, Yeah,
very true. So I imagine the Paloozas and they're getting a pretty penny off somebody just being there, So I imagine you gotta break a little bread, you gotta break. A little bread.
I'm sure Robert had to cut him off something on that, bro. Like we said, he had to make close to $1 million.
Yeah, and he's got his handlers, right? So I wonder what they get because they all, coordinate everybody.
You could tempt him out.
He had a ton of helpers. So
yeah,
you could tempt him out. Yeah, I mean, you probably have your main group, 1 or 2, but I call a temp agency. I need 3 or 4 people to come and move some people through.
Yeah,
I'll pay them, $10-12 an hour. Whatever. Yeah, get my man. There you just call a Brinks truck and say, "Yo, come grab these bags."
Yep.
Oh, man, that was heavy traffic, bro. I mean, I hit like all weekend. His line was just insane, man. I mean, I got there as soon as they opened, and I cut in front of people, ran through, and got in line.
Yeah.
And I was still at the, like you said, that outside line right before you go inside to where he was at.
So I got a question. Do you think that because let's say we're talking Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, do you think that he's able to pull that because he's an individual person? Or do you think that maybe it's because, like, you like Halloween, so we know that Michael Myers, he's a person, but technically he's not like a known, like, like Freddy, you see, whatever,
who he's identifiable,
he's identifiable. So because Michael has the mask, whatever, anybody can, not say anybody can play him, but what I mean, is he able to garner that amount of money because he's so?
I don't think so, and then we'll get your opinion after, because you can argue that Freddy's got so much makeup on, it's almost like a mask, and Nick Castle is huge as far Nick Castle's the original Michael, same with Dick Warlock. That's arguable, as far as is Freddy more recognizable? I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so, I mean the because it's the mask, but for some reason, like you said, he's got the makeup on, but yet people still know it's him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think that raises his price a little bit?
That's what I'm saying, because it's like, even for Jason, the hockey mask, you have the hockey mask, so his face is covered, but Freddy, he's mutilated a little bit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's a little mutilated, but he's got a little corny a little bit, like he's got like jokey a little bit, whatever. But he's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, let's say a rock star, if you want, whatever. Like, he's kind of like, hey, let me whatever. So I'm wondering now that he's past that role.
Possibly. I wonder what's more higher grossing, Friday 13th franchise, Halloween, or Nightmare on Elm Street. And I would say if Nightmare on Elm Street is more lucrative, that could be it.
I got you.
But if it's not more lucrative,
I would think Halloween.
Could be, yeah. I mean, if it's Halloween, then that goes to your guys' point then.
To be honest, I think it's Halloween. You know what I mean? Because I mean, when it's Nightmare on Elm Street doesn't have a month. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say Halloween too. And then of course the resurgence of the new movies that they're doing. So it's starting to bring that revenue back in. And then of course you still got Carpenter around.
Right.
So I mean, it's just I feel like the revenue's really flowing for that right now. I mean, I think Freddy on his own,
because I was thinking if it's a higher grossing franchise, you got anything there?
It says Halloween has collectively grossed $620 million in the box office worldwide. So
the
that's
first one.
Well, no, it's gonna be. So that might be the last one that they're talking about.
I'm just wondering collectively. We'll have to look that
I wonder
up.
how. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if they do it as a
Friday's
franchise.
got more films.
Yeah. Friday's got what 10, 11, well, if you count Freddy vs. Jason and the reboot, what 12? Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So I mean, they might get it just off of the just off of the the amount they got.
Yeah, right. Let's see, it was Friday the 13th because it's saying 620.
Didn't they only did like 6 Nightmare on Elm Streets counting the remake?
No, you might want to look
7.
that up. I'm not sure.
I think it's 7.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what it is. That could be because I would think the reason why his line is so much longer than a Nick Castle. Maybe you're right, Brian. Maybe that's what it is. Especially if the franchise has grossed lower than Halloween.
Let's see. This saying Halloween's grossed 620 as a collective, but I don't know if that's right.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. It seems like that might be the last movie then, as all of the movies come.
Yeah, I think that was just the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That made good money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting point, though. I like that. That gives you something to think about, because I never thought about it like that. Because I was just assuming that, damn, it's Freddy Krueger, so this fool's just gonna close him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like even me, like I'm not a crazy Nightmare on Elm Street fan, but I was like, I gotta have him.
Right.
You
right.
know?
Exactly, dude. So we go to.
So it says Nightmare on Elm Street has grossed $750 million. So that would be more money. That would be the bigger movie. They said $620 million.
Yeah. Maybe.
Did you get the Friday?
Friday the 13th. Let's check out Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we got that. I don't know, man. That alone right there too. That Freddy might bring in that extra money, to those movies.
Mm-hmm. So Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, $442 million.
Ooh.
$445.2 million.
And that's lower than the other two?
Yeah, that's the lowest of all.
In the Halloween franchise?
What's second?
To Freddy. Okay, so
it's
that
like $100 million difference.
Yeah, about $100 million difference.
That maybe goes to what I'm thinking then.
Because he already, franchise.
He already has a bigger
group pool of people that he's pulling from.
That's just what my opinion. I could be off, but
more hardcore for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly, but then again, his movies they're probably more recent too than the others, right? If you collectively look at them, so maybe the box office was a little higher too. I don't know. There's all kinds of layers.
I can see that too because
in the '80s they weren't making they weren't doing $1 billion like they are now.
Yeah, now it's a little bit different, but I can see that.
Weekend.
Exactly.
I can see that because when I was growing up, Nightmare on Elm Street was the bigger draw. Everybody went to see Freddy. Everybody's talking about Freddy. Even Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had the I Got a Nightmare on My Street.
Yeah.
Whatever. So what I mean? Like he just had more of a and if we were watching any movie, it was that one. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, let's watch. Like that was just the one. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I could see him maybe it's even geared more towards us as if you figure we're a younger group.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna maybe kind of geared youngerish, whatever, for the movies. Mm-hmm. Maybe the movies before us were not for us, whatever. So maybe they were actually doing that for that time, but.
And with his weapon, his hand, that was catchy too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think the whole aspect too, the whole, him getting you in your sleep,
right.
And then it being different from all the slasher movies that were coming out those previous 6 years. You know what I mean? I think it was just like like something new.
Yep.
So,
yep.
I was just wondering if you could put his face to the if people could just because I know him because if you're seeing Michael Myers walk down the street, you have to know,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But like you said with Robert Englund, you kind of
isn't that him?
You know, you good.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. He what I mean. He
probably
wears
knows
the
too.
makeup. The makeup don't wear him.
Yeah. He probably knows it too. He probably knows how to market that out there and.
Mm-hmm. Man. And he's got a good personality, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's
yeah, funny.
So I think that helps,
Yeah, exactly. If you ever watch the commentary of Freddy versus Jason, he's on there and he's entertaining, man.
Is he?
He's talking. He's excited, talking about all the kills and getting to do this. So, back to getting back to 5. That was with the new Tommy, then, right? With the glasses, mm-hmm. Friday 13th 5. So the dude that killed the other dude with the chocolate.
Yep.
In 5, so both of those dudes are dead.
Yeah. The guy who was killed that had the chocolate bar, actually, I believe he died like 2 years ago or something. It was recently, but the guy who did it with the axe, I believe he passed away like just a couple years after the movie was released.
Wow.
85, mid 80s.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Damn, okay.
And then the director too,
Of 5?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I can't remember his name, but I know he used to direct porn too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, that was one of the hard edge ones, and you could tell because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some of the kills are just like so brutal, and
yeah,
you know what I mean? And it took a director like that to do it, 5's actually grown on me. Despite the whole imposter Jason aspect and it not being him.
Yeah.
I really love the kills in that. I think it's got some of the more brutal ones that I like, and they're pretty creative too. I like it though. I mean, it's like I said, it's starting to grow on me now.
Speaking of brutal kills, let's go back to 2. Was that the wheelchair one down the steps? That was crazy, man. I could see why people got like kind of in an uproar over that, because that, whatever they did, it looked like the stuntman was stayed in the wheelchair down those steps. I mean, it was fucked up.
I mean, I can't help but laugh though when he's going backwards on those steps, man. It's so funny. I mean,
just bouncing.
Yeah, but I mean, like you, and we were talking about that yesterday. We were talking about how that kill could have taken place. I mean, because the camera's showing the front and the back of him, and then you got the side right there of the patio, and it's like he obviously had to leap over the patio porch right there and just hammered him in the face. So I mean, but yeah, you got that one, and then like you said, the shish kebab, which was a real good one.
Hell yeah, that was a good one, man. So 5 had what are some of the better kills in that one?
You got some good ones on that, man. You got the one, of course, where he takes the hedge clippers to the girl's eyes.
Oh yeah.
And then right after that, he throws the leather strap around her, her boyfriend's eyes, and twist it with a big old stick. Mm-hmm. And man, they're just so brutal on that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean.
Wow. So, all right. So we go from that, and then you jump to, well, how does he die at the end of 5 then? Because in the beginning of 6, right, the new Tommy goes to, and his boy go to the grave, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens at the end of 5? I forgot how Jason.
You mean part 4, where when he kills him?
Well, that's right, because 5 was
the imposter.
Right. So 4 then, how did that go down?
He that was the one where he gets the machete to the side of the head.
That's right.
And then and slides down it. Right. And then he just starts hacking him up afterwards.
That's right. So you figure they just buried him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that's what takes you to 6, to where they they find his hedgestone.
You got that new Tommy, right? He's more like a jock.
Yeah, it's a big departure from 5, where he's real somber and quiet and standoffish, and then cut to, like we said, 6, where he's like a football jock, you know what I mean, and he's picking up all the ladies and whatnot. I mean, it's just I don't know. It could have been a couple of years that made a big difference, but I doubt it when your mom's been killed and your sister's been killed or whatever.
Right. So. Damn. So then we go from there's 7, and that's with the telekinetic girl, or
the new blood.
I actually enjoyed that one, man.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that take on it,
the whole Carrie aspect.
Yeah. And she even felt bad about killing her dad, right? When she was older.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that was kind of, I think, relatable to a lot of people as far as
wishing something.
Yeah, but wishing something and regretting that, because this took like a physical, angle on it where he died. Doesn't he come out from the water though? Mm-hmm. The dad?
Yeah.
But isn't it years later?
Yeah, he comes out. I believe, doesn't he? I'm trying to think. Doesn't he like grab his legs and then he wraps the chain around his neck and then pulls him under the water?
But he was dead, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he just had a little bit of
Yeah.
It looked like his skin was like
okay.
prune juiced. Yeah, a little.
We're talking about the dad, right?
Yeah, the dad. They didn't go all crazy on him, make him look all
Yeah.
Jason this.
So I guess her powers help bring him alive to do that.
Yeah, it was a weird, it was a new element to it, that's when they were starting to experiment a lot,
Yeah.
Because it's like, come on, we're,
You're
we
7 in.
Seven
in. We got to add something new.
Right.
Yeah, which was an interesting take, on what they did with it. So then 8 was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Or Canada,
right? Yeah, exactly. Because it's like he don't get to Manhattan until is it like an hour and 3 minutes in.
Yeah,
and I think the movie's an hour and 40. So a lot of the shit goes down on the boat.
Yeah, like a majority is. I mean, even the opening's on a boat.
Yeah,
and then it cuts to another boat. And then and then finally we get to New York, and then it's you get a couple of shots. It's like, man, they really just tried pulling the wool over your eyes on that one.
Yeah, man. And
Didn't work out. I mean, I know it's pricey to shoot there, but
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So that was when he knocks dude's head off. That was funny though.
Oh yeah, great kill.
That was a good kill. I just didn't like how Jason's face was on that one. It looked, I don't know, just didn't look cool.
It had like a rotten pumpkin vibe look to it.
Yeah.
It didn't look anywhere near like how it was in 3, 4, or 2.
Yeah, man. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was a writer or one of the producers on Crystal Lake Memories. I think she was pissed at how it looked. She said it looked like a frog or something. She wasn't into it, but
yeah.
We talked about it yesterday. So at the end of 8, he looks over at her in the sewer, and then water starts coming out of his mouth.
I don't get that. Why he just starts regurgitating? You know what I mean? Like it's weird. I mean, and it's like water. You know what I mean? I don't know. And like I said, I don't know where they were going with that. And then the whole part where after the water hit, the toxic sewage hits him, and then he's laying there, and then he turns back to a little boy. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't get it. I mean, I've tried to. I don't understand what they were trying to do with that.
Yeah, so that didn't do too well. That one with the fans as well.
Nah, I mean it has its fans out there, but me over the years I've kind of grown to it's starting to fall down on the totem pole.
Now talking to Friday fans, what would you think collectively is their favorite? I'm guessing 3, but I don't know.
Most people
that are
fans, I would say either like 1 or 2.
Oh really?
1 or 2.
Okay.
1, 2 are like any of the first 4. I would think people would say.
Okay.
The only reason I wouldn't say 3 on an average is because the campiness, that one's a little bit extra campier and cheesier than but 1 and 2 are pretty solid slasher films that I think the masses go to.
Yeah, and then so he gets the mask from Shelley then, right, in 3?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay, and you met that guy?
Yeah.
How was he?
Randomly met him walking around. Cool dude.
Cool cat?
Yeah, he was cool. He signed my poster and all of that, and he's you can't miss him. He still kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he was a cool dude. And it's like he's a part of history, because it's like he gave him that hockey mask.
Absolutely, man.
So that's pretty. That must be a cool title to have.
Yep. He's the man that made pretty much made it iconic.
Yeah, because they didn't know where they were going with it after that sack.
And I like the sack.
Yeah.
The sack. That's a scary look.
Now I can't remember. Was the Town That Dreaded Sundown, did that come out before part 2?
I want to say it did, because they referenced it. Can you check that, Brian?
Yeah, because I want to. I think they beat them to it.
Yeah. Back to Black Christmas real quick while Anderson's looking that up. So the boyfriend tells the girlfriend, because they're fighting on the phone, she wants to get rid of the baby. So the boyfriend's like, don't get rid of it or whatever. So as they're hanging up, he says, "I love you," and she says, "I know." And that was obviously before The Empire Strikes Back. So I don't know. Little fun fact, I mean, Empire Strikes Back gets all the love for that line, for those lines, but it was actually said in that one, and maybe it was said before, but...
You said The Town That Dreaded Sundown? You wanted to know the movie on that?
The year?
1976.
Oh, yeah.
That's before...
Oh, yeah.
1976.
Yeah. Part 2 was like 81.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a good look, man. I mean...
It's a very creepy look, that sack over the head. I think to intimidate anybody,
Right.
Box office gross was $5 million too, just then.
Is that right?
Yeah, maybe $5 million off of 400,000.
Back then, that's lovely.
Big money, yeah.
That's lovely back then, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, 8 kind of. Even though I'm a New York guy, I love New York City. That one,
Yeah.
you know,
You can't call that a New York film. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know, if I don't know, I haven't seen them all enough, but right now I think probably my favorite one, it'd be somewhere in between 1, 2, and 3. Probably, I'd probably lean towards probably 3, 2, and 3, something. But 1 is incredible. The POV kills.
Yeah, and it also plays a part like which characters you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really like the group that's in part 3, and then I like the group that's in part 2 too. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I can see how, certain people that watch these films would be like, oh, I hate those people. I can't stand that guy, or, and it kind of turns them off from watching that one.
The group in, when Tommy goes to, which was B5, right? When he first goes, I didn't really like that group.
The halfway house. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't really do much for me, but
yeah.
The groups, yeah.
What about Shavar?
I don't know. He was all right. Shavar Ross?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was young there, right? So
yeah,
he made it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he survived.
I reached out to him to come on here too, because he's from around the IE area. He never got back to me.
No.
Shavar, get at me, man.
Yeah, quit playing, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, that I don't know. I didn't like those. I like the older stuff, because it reminded me a lot of Sleepaway Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was campy, but you still kind of bought it, at least for me, for 1 and 2.
Yeah, it could really happen.
Yeah,
the way those movies were, yeah.
But seeing Kevin Bacon though, that's crazy. The first one, them little ass shorts.
Oh man,
nutters.
That's the style back then.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, him and the camp counselor Chris Christie. Remember, he's chopping the wood, right? He got all the taco meat and got them. I was like, oh man, put some clothes on, bro.
Yep. And you said there was a shot, right, with just balls in the camera frame.
Yeah, man. Well, when Kevin Bacon had those Speedos on, man, he's like, he's like standing right over Adrian Keene before Nettie's, pretending to drown.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's just like, bro, I do not want to see all that in my face.
Right. And shout out to Ari as well too, for
Ari
Young
Lehman?
Jay. Yeah, I met him a couple times. He's very nice,
cool dude.
Very nice dude to chat with. I even saw him at Darkside in Riverside, just walking by, and he said, "What's up?" He's kind of went like that. You know what I mean?
Oh so, yeah, he's a cool dude.
Cool cat.
All right, so I got an off the subject question, not necessarily on a Friday the 13th or anything, but if you're making a franchise and you're gonna get, let's say, 12 in, what do you think is the formula or the key to keeping that every sequel on pace to like always perform according to the original? Like so we have our own Scary Movie 1. How do we make everyone like undeniably the best?
Well, I think the key aspect with stuff like that is you gotta not kill off like crucial characters. You can't like kill your villain off, or you know what I mean. You got to find a way to like me and Mike were talking about with the Scream franchise. You know what I mean? They've got like 4 or 5 main characters that have been around through all 4 of the movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's just like I think that plays a strong foundation into it. Is that, and then of course you got to have a reason for there to be 12 movies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why does this keep happening? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of why I'm upset that Friday 13th kind of got away from the keeping it at the lake.
Right.
You
always have more people coming at the lake camping.
Yeah, they start branching out and going. It's like, no, like it takes place where it's at. It's an isolate place. Just let it. Let stupid kids keep coming in and getting killed.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would say I don't fault the writers and stuff from trying to switch it up.
Yeah.
But looking at it after, I would keep it in the woods. I would keep it there. But they're probably under a lot of pressure to come up with different shit. Because jobs are on the line. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and other people want to get creative with it. But to me, if Jason derived from those woods, to me, I would probably keep him there. But who am I? Because I didn't think the Manhattan thing worked.
No. And then even when you go to part 3, it's like he goes to Chris's house.
Right.
And then, and then from there, and then he goes to the driver's house. So it's like he's not even really hanging out, on his home turf like that anymore.
No, exactly.
So.
And I definitely wouldn't have made it, be it not Jason. I mean, even though was it 5?
Yeah.
5 works for people. I heard 9 does not, because he's rarely in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one that a lot of people like to. It's kind of like the Halloween 3 of the Friday franchise. I mean, he's in it.
Yeah.
The opening, and then a little bit at the end, and then occasionally when like someone looks in a mirror, you can see him in someone else's body. But it's I don't know. They were trying to do too much, but they gave that film to a kid to direct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what I mean. So he didn't know what he was doing, so I can't really hold it against him in that sense. He was just trying to make a good Jason movie,
So we brings us to Jason X. That's my shit, by the way. Which probably to a lot of fans like Les, probably doesn't feel the same way. I mean, it's probably a parody of itself. I mean, to me, it was just funny to sit back and enjoy it. Now, don't get me wrong. If it was a Halloween Michael Myers, I'd be shitting all over it, But I didn't have to worry about that,
Yup.
Because
they haven't put him in space yet.
Right. So just one of the girls on the Crystal Lake Memories said what she loves about Jason X is that it's not embarrassed to be Jason X. I mean, it's just all out funny, parody shit, So I don't know what you think about it as a fan, man.
I've only watched it probably like 2-3 times.
Okay, and that's on purpose.
Yeah, like to have to intentionally watch it, and yeah, man, it didn't do for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got a couple of good kills that are memorable. With like the slamming the chick's face after he freezes it.
That was a good kill. Yeah.
Mine and yours favorite, where he, with the bodyguard, where he's like, it's gonna take more to keep this little dog down, and he sticks him again.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that fool Jason, he stabs him at first, right? He
grabs him through the wall and stabs him.
So the guy who gets stabbed says it's gonna take more than that to put this old dog down, right? So Jay hits him again, and he's like, "Yep, that'll do it."
Yeah, you see 2 blades sticking out of him. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yep, that's enough. That's funny.
Oh man, so that one was, that's kind of like probably the resurrection of Halloween, if not the Halloween 3. No, the resurrection. Resurrection.
And you could say 9 too. I mean, I could see how some people could say it's 9.
Okay.
But that was when they were in a point they didn't know what they were doing. It was coming up on the 2000s.
Right.
They thought they needed to do a whole bunch of new stuff with these movies, and it's like, look what the remakes did. Of course, they went back to what they should have done. It just,
yeah,
a natural home turf, and it, and they worked out. They had pretty good remakes.
I think so. That'll take us to Freddy vs. Jason, which I have that poster there because I love that one, man. I mean, Ken Kersinger, who signed one of my masks there, when I met him at Monsterpalooza, he was nice, cool cat. Talked to me about potential sequel of Freddy vs. Jason. He was cool.
Yeah.
And talking to fans, and even seeing Kane Hodder talk about it, he was kind of taken back that he wasn't chosen for Freddy vs. Jason. And I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. Maybe Les can give us some insight on what the hell happened.
He's gonna always kind of be salty about that one. He was already about 4 movies in.
Yes.
He already 7, 8, 9,
and 10.
And 10. So yeah, he was already 4 movies in, and there was this had been built up for years about Freddy versus Jason.
Right.
If you remember, I mean, they were talking about this since after Part 9. Actually, remember his glove snatches the mask at the end. So, a couple more years, or a decade or so goes by, and then, I don't know. They weren't feeling Kane. They thought he was too robotic, not tall enough, or, just wasn't intimidating or something like that. And they said he was a little bit too Frankensteinish. And then if you remember, then they cast Ken.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you get in the movie. is Frankenstein Jason. You know what I mean? And it's like, so, you know, they obviously, I think it was just they didn't. Maybe King was asking for more. Yeah. Than they could get from just getting a stunt man to do it. You know what I mean, or something like that. You know. And I think they just decided to pull the plug on him.
The way he came off was kind of Frankensteinish. It was kind of goofy, especially when he gets his fingers chopped off. The way he looks at him, just kind of like, you know.
Yeah, you're like, what the heck?
I think Derek Mears would have kicked ass in that role too, you know. But yeah, I love Freddy vs. Jason. Even the characters, you know. We were laughing at your boy Jason Ritter yesterday. It's like he smiles on every, you know, dramatic scene. He's like half a smile. It's like, dude.
We were watching that last night before bed. Yeah, I'm like almost falling asleep, and all of a sudden I just start busting out laughing because he's sitting here trying to deliver this colossal news to her, and then he's like got this weird grin on his face. It's like, why? And then Mike kept pointing that out to me, so I'm like, I started noticing it. Yeah. And man, it was so funny. I was just like, man, the acting's really off on that movie.
Even when he's on the dock at the end, when Freddy rolls up to him and shit, he's like a half a smile. He's down, bleeding. He just gives like half a grin. And no, man, that movie was cool, man. It had Zach Ward in it. He was in the bathtub. He played the other dude's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Monica Keena, of course.
Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, I thought she was good, man. You know, I mean, she had a couple of cringy parts, but it's all good, you know. I thought she did well. She took that hit to the tree like a champ, you know.
Oh, man. Yeah, and she lost her nose for a bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they did well in a sense of it was kind of campy-ass acting. You know, it was entertaining to me, you know. I would roll with that crew before I'd roll with some of the crews in some of the other movies, you know.
Yeah. It was a big event too when it came out. You remember they had it like it was like a boxing match and stuff. They had rings up and stuff. Right. And
I remember going to the theater to see it after work. I used to work nights and we got off early to go. I want to say it was 2002 or 2003. I can't remember. Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah. But you would think they would have had a sequel by now, because that
2003.
2003. Yeah.
Dude. Man, I saw that opening night too, man. I remember that. Crowd went crazy on that bed scene, man.
Oh yeah, folded dude in half.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
It had some cool kills, like that one. It had the kill with the guy's head. On the porch. Remember the dad? You know, his head. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
How was the blood not squirting out beforehand? I don't know.
But yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
But the bed kill was good. The kill in the cornfields when he throws that dude with the glow sticks on.
Yeah.
Chucks him into the air. That was cool. One. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fight was cool. Jason kind of looked like a dope in the interior of that cellar, but when they got to the house, when he started wrecking Freddy, that was cool.
Yeah. I mean, it just, I don't know, like it didn't feel like it needed to happen. You know what I mean? In a sense, but they did it for us, just as fans. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a fun movie to watch, but it's not something that I would like frequently go to.
Okay.
You know, but I like to go back to what we were saying about with Kane though. I felt like the production on it, they just felt like as long as we got Freddy, we're good. You know what I mean? We can get anybody to play Jason, but we need Freddy.
Right.
Yeah. Which goes to what you guys were saying earlier. Maybe because it's just the mask, right?
Right.
You know?
Right,
so
yeah.
Could be, you know. But shout out to Dick Warlock and Nick Castle, because the way they moved as Michael with the mask on was... you could see it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So and maybe there are guys that can just throw on a mask and move, but you're going to get different personalities from body language.
Right.
You know? And we kind of saw that in Freddy vs. Jason, you know?
Yeah.
You know, no disrespect to Ken. I mean, he did what he was asked to do. I just felt Derek Mears or even Kane would have probably... been a little better, you know.
Yeah, they could have given him some platforms.
Yeah.
You
know. 09, if I remember correctly, February of 09, Friday the 13th, the reboot. I think that's when it was. I remember going to see it. I remember it was around Valentine's Day, if I remember correctly. I really liked that one. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they. That's what I'm saying. I think they did a good job on that remake.
Yeah.
So February 9th, 2009.
Okay. Like we talked about earlier, they condensed 4 of them And that first 20 minutes or however long that intro was, that could be a short on its own, man. You know,
it is. You don't get the opening title, you know, the Friday 13
Yep.
shot until like, oh crap,
Yeah.
until like 20 minutes in or something.
Exactly, dude.
So,
And they were going out there looking for weed, and they got murked, you know. But
bad trip.
yeah, he kept one of them, right? Because she looked like
found it at least.
Yeah, found it, you know.
But you know, didn't get to have fun with it.
It's a good kill. They had some good kills when he threw that machete on dude's head and split his head.
Yeah,
you know?
and you know I don't get that the guy that found the weed. Remember he like sliced his ear off.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
But yet,
right.
like he ran at him and like, so I don't get it. It's like, you know, did he stab him before that and then do that? I don't know what happened with that.
That's
one.
interesting. That's right. He put him against a tree though, right? Or did he back up to a tree?
On that one, no, he was looking down and then he just turned around and saw him.
Okay.
And then he turned around on all fours and was crawling back, and then he came at him with the machete. So
We're talking about the dude that actually wanted to get the weed.
yeah, Wade. Remember he goes off to piss, and that's where he finds it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got to revisit that. Okay. And then the other dude got split. The other cat got split right down the head, and then the other girl got put in the sleeping bag.
Campfire.
Yeah. That was a good kill too.
Yeah.
You know,
that was a brutal one.
I thought that Whitney would have still been alive as the movie went on because they didn't really show her. I mean, they show him running towards her, right? And it kind of pauses, but
that's when we get that cut.
yeah, that's right. And then the guy that played her boyfriend, he gets pulled into the floorboards or whatever of the house. He also got killed by Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool to say. You know what I mean? But
hey, Bill Paxton's got that title.
oh yeah, Predator and
Terminator and Alien.
and Alien.
Dang.
How cool is that?
Right.
Yep. How
That's
cool
pretty
is
epic.
that? You know? Yep. So that one takes you on a nice ride because Whitney's brother comes back up looking for her, and you get revisited to a whole new group just 20 minutes later. And what do you think of that group? They annoy you at all?
Some of them do.
Yeah.
Some of them do. I mean, why just not even annoyed, just don't really care too much for him.
Yeah.
They give you some good eye candy for that movie, of course.
Willa Ford.
And the other girl who plays Bree.
Okay.
And then, of course, Daniel Panabaker, who's the lead, the
Yeah.
brunette chick.
Yep. That's right.
Her.
Yep.
Trent's girlfriend.
Right.
In the movie, And then, so yeah, they give you something to look at. The group's okay. I mean, I didn't care too much for the guy that took the boat out.
Yeah, he
Willa.
was a cock. Yeah.
Yeah, just your stereotypical, college dude trying to, party and,
Fuck. Asian dude was funny. Shoot the boot and all that.
Yeah, his kill was pretty nice in that too.
And Bree's name is Juliana. Looks like Gully. Guill.
Okay.
Gillian or something.
Gillian. Yeah. Julianne Gully. So
Okay.
I'm pronouncing that wrong. So.
Yeah.
Man, it had some cool kills. Like, when the girl pulls the curtain, and I like the swerve on that.
Bree. Yeah.
When Bree pulls the
that's
curtain.
Bree's death.
Yeah.
That's a good one. He they leave the window open, and then he gets into the house from the bathroom window, and then I love that the music they play too, when where he's got his hand over her mouth.
Oh yeah.
And he's snuffing her out before he throws her on the coat hanger. It's a good one.
I could have done without the Jason being on the roof real quick.
Yeah,
he got on
they
the
didn't need
roof.
to show all that.
No, he was just already up there. But the kill on the sheriff was cool.
Yeah. That was a scary one.
Solid kill.
The Trent one.
Oh yeah, the shimmy, right? You were telling me the shimmy on the machete, and then he puts him on the thing on
That's
the
a good
tow truck.
one. I love that one. He gets his money's worth for sure.
Yeah.
He's being a dick the whole movie. He gets the most gruesome death.
He deserved it for sure. The dude that got killed, the Asian dude, I forgot his name, but that killed him.
Aaron Yo.
Okay. That kill was probably the most terrifying because it was more personal, right? It was inside of there. It was
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
face to face, and it wasn't quick.
I think what made it so bad too is like Jason was fucking with him. Remember, he just like is standing behind him, and then he like pushes him.
And
then he gets up, and then the dude even has a time to grab a screwdriver and try to swing it at him, and he fucking stops him and was like, dude, and then he just stabs himself in the throat with it.
Yeah.
So it's like he had like absolutely no respect for that dude. And then I don't know if you caught it after he kills him and he falls on the ground.
Okay.
He just drops the screwdriver on his chest.
I don't remember that.
Like hecka disrespectfully, dude. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
They killed my man with the hatchet with that throw. That was crazy. Or with the axe.
Yeah, the brother.
Yeah.
The one brother that I don't know that many brothers that would go back in there to save their friend that's stupid enough
to go back outside.
Yeah.
But at least they established that those two guys were boys.
Yeah, they were homies. What I mean? Yeah.
I was sad to see what's her name go.
Daniel Panabaker.
The way she went.
That one actually kind of hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because she was about to get out, and then the pitchfork, right?
Or the machete right through her chest.
The machete?
Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you could have taken the sister. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So you and another buddy of mine had issues with him using that underground and using the sharpener. And what was the issue with that?
I don't know. I feel like it humanizes him a little bit too much.
Okay.
It's like, just thinking about it, it's like, okay, so what, where did he get that knife sharpener tool, you know what I mean, that like cavemen use, where it's like the spinning wheel, where did he get chains to lock the girl up with and all that crap, you know what I mean, and, it's, I don't know, you don't need that, I like it better with the part 2 aspect where they just got him in a little shack that has like almost nothing in it, you know what I mean?
Right. And then he set up that elaborate like trip system where he'd hear
he's got traps and stuff. Where they're that's right. He's got I forgot about that. He's got the they're running bell. And she trips over a string and it rings a bell.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that as a Michael fan. There were some things that they showed, like in Resurrection, right, where he gets out, parks the car, then he goes beep beep to the alarm. It's like,
oh my God.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Just let him shut the door. He don't care if someone steals his shit.
Right, but it's been 11 years, Derek Mears, by the way, is cool as a fan. Met him at Monsterpalooza. He was just walking around, and I was like, that's Derek Mears, dude. And I went up to him. He's like, hey, what's up? Got a quick picture. And then I had my Jason mask in the car for whatever reason. I think because whoever I was getting I already got him, or it was the next day. So I ran back to the car a couple blocks down to get it, right? And I'm walking back. So I had two of my friends there. So we're like in triangulation on the phone. They're like, okay, he's over in this aisle. Okay, make a left here, go up, boom.
Mm-hmm.
So I catch him. I'm like, Derek, man, can would you mind signing my mask real quick? He's like, oh, man, for sure, brother. I go, dude, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. And he was like, man, you're too kind, brother, So, hey, Derek Mears, man, shout out.
Yeah.
Much love.
Great dude. Thanks for helping me look for that poster that one time.
That's right. That was a good story. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the first year the same year you went, that was the first year I went, and I saw him walking around randomly one day.
Yeah.
I think it was like a Saturday. And then, I approached him and I was like, yo, I'm trying to find a poster, the Friday ones,
Yeah.
I couldn't find him, and he started looking through the stack with me. And then it even came up. Yeah, it even came up. I was like, oh, let me see if they got a Hills Have Eyes 2 poster, because I know you're in that. And he's like, what, you knew that? And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, I know your work.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So he was hella cool though, man. I couldn't find it, so I got a part 1 poster and just had him sign that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 2 years later, I saw him again walking around there, and I was able to get him to sign the posters in of the remakes. So it worked out. He's a real cool dude. I mean, like, it was the same thing. I think you told me the same thing too, where his girl looked a little bit annoyed because we were.
Yeah, because I was fanboying out on him. So
yeah, we were coming up to him, stealing him. So, but I mean, he knows that I think it goes back to what we were saying about with the Freddy and the Jason. It's like he feels appreciative even though it's him,
right,
since he's got that mask on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, great dude.
Yeah, man. So I'd like to see him do more things. I was kind of sad to see the Swamp Thing didn't work out.
Yeah, it was getting buzz too.
It looked good. I didn't get to see any of it, but
me neither.
It looked, from what I saw, it looked pretty good. Hopefully we see Derek at more conventions this time with a booth,
Yeah.
Because I think he would definitely, he'd definitely get some fanfare, for sure.
Yeah,
if he goes, I mean, if he does another one at a booth, do you have some stuff to sign for him to sign? Some more stuff?
Yeah. I definitely gotta have him sign a classic Predator, something classic Predator-ish, because he was in the 2010 Predators movie.
Yep.
As the classic one on the that was hung up on that on that big old thing or whatever, that was chained up. So it would definitely be nice to get him to sign something like that.
Any classic one? Because I'd have him hit the old one right there. Is that Predator right there?
Yeah, you could actually have him do that.
No, it's not him, but he played that character. But
the same armor though.
Yep, same shit.
It had the same exact armor and all that. I mean, so it's just the only thing you can tell that's an '87 one.
Yeah, for sure.
That ain't no 2010.
No, hell no. But yeah, if he would ever come back around, I'd find something cool for him to hit. So we touched on Scream, the Scream franchise, and that's another franchise that
near and dear.
Near and dear, man. First one was 96, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
96.
And that had a nice swerve to it, as far as who the killers were and how and why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff that you normally think that they wouldn't, take the time to, all the stuff like where you're like, how could one killer be doing this? You know what I mean? And then, they spring that on you. You're like, all right, okay, I see how that's done now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, but Billy and Stu, did they have a voice changer then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so obviously by 2 and 3 and 4,
it got to a point where it could take other people's voices and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Even
like
an app. Because they mentioned an app too in 4.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh yeah, because she's like, "Is this Trevor? Not an app or something?"
Yeah, not an app. Yeah.
Or no, you don't have Ghostface. You don't have Ghostface, and he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. So yeah, I love the Scream movies, and over the years, man, I got to tell you, I might rank 4 as the highest. I mean, no disrespect to any of the others, because like we talked about today, was an 11-year gap from 3 to 4, right? Which I never stopped and thought about. But by the time 4 came out in either 10 or 11, probably 11, I don't remember. Yeah, 11, I think. Anyway, I was getting older too, and I was like, what are they going to do now, And once I saw, Sid and Dewey and all them still living, doing what they're doing and still involved in the story, I was like, man, and the way it was shot too, the real soft whites, it was really dark, a lot of the shots, there's a lot of pretty blues that they use, especially in that first kill with Marnie. The only thing, well, not the only thing, but one of the main things that we talked about is how Emma could be slinging fools around like that.
Yeah.
Right? But
never understood it.
Yeah.
And why he always looks so big once the costume's on all the time.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, but they kind of had to do something unique with it, and I don't know. I kind of feel like too that was like a kind of a homage to Part 2. Okay. Maybe with Billy's mom,
Maybe she was more believable to me.
She had the correct ambition.
Right. She did to be that.
To be pushed to that.
Yeah. She looked cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked nuts. She was the sister in
the two,
Roseanne.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she looks like she could snap on you if she wanted to.
For sure, man.
I don't think I've seen Scream 4. I think I've only seen the first 3.
A lot of people shit on it. To be honest with you, a lot of people have shit on it over the years. I've talked to people, and check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out because I know I've seen the first 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't. 4. I was like 4. I don't remember 4.
Dang. So we can't talk about certain spoiler stuff.
No, we can. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I
was gonna say, man, they we were talking about this today. It's like they got. Or actually, we were talking about this now, actually, too, about with, having a foundation with, solid characters.
Right.
They're still there in this one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still there.
This was made $605 million over
the franchise?
All the franchise, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, they kind of started a little bit later, though. That's kind of when movies, whatever. And,
Inflation.
Yeah, true.
4 was pretty much, it was Sydney's cousin, correct? Is that the relation?
Was it her niece?
I don't think it was her niece. It was her Sydney's mom's sister's daughter, right?
Oh, okay.
Right? Whatever it was. I thought it was her cousin because I thought Kirby said something about her cousin or...
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it was a family member.
Yeah. They're related.
They're related, and she was pretty much jealous of Sydney's
fandom, right?
Fandom around town there, you know. And her and another cat were doing the killings. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, her other boyfriend, right? Because she's dating Trevor, but yet she's kind of dating this guy.
Probably just fucking him to get him to be on the team, right?
Yeah.
You know, which, you know, them doing the whole streaming thing was done already, and which is okay. I mean, everything's been done, but Resurrection did that, you know.
Yeah, the whole new evolution of recording the kills yourself.
And I stand by this, man, that Resurrection, as much as people shit on it, Halloween Resurrection, on its face, the concept of it is dope. I'm sorry, it's dope to go into the house, live streaming, you know, but
him still be there,
right? Exactly. I thought it was cool, but a lot of people, you know, I have my huge issues with it, but
I think the opening throws a lot of people off too.
Yeah,
it's like to start a movie on it's kind of like Alien 3.
Yeah,
you know, you're starting it off with Hicks and Newt just dead out of nowhere. You know, and people are like, yo, I just grew to love those people in that last movie, and then you're just going to take them away at the beginning of this one? It's like, you know, it kind of, like you said, it rubs people the wrong way.
Michael Biehn didn't like that, too. He wanted to be in it, He got a paycheck for it because they showed his face, but...
nice paycheck for just a picture, you know?
Yeah. So the dude that died... the dude that... Yeah, he died. Michael Myers killed him in the beginning of Resurrection. Remember... he didn't kill him. He handed him the knife after he killed the security guard.
Yeah, the weird dude.
He died.
Really?
Yeah, he was hiking. I may have the details wrong, but he was hiking somewhere and just pretty much fell off, died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Which that was corny. Michael handing him the knife and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
That was not Michael, man. You know. But
that's what happens when you get these icons in the hands of wrong people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Start making them do these stupid stuff that you know they would never ever do. It's
Come on,
why are you even putting that in this movie?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we know better.
I would have been okay with him just walking by the guy, you know.
That he should have just stopped, looked at him, gave him a head tilt, walked off.
One of those security guards that got killed was the dad with Freddy vs. Jason that's sitting there and his head gets lopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same dude.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Dang, I didn't notice that.
Yep. And at the end of... No, I'm sorry. Yeah, at the end of 7... So when they go to Resurrection and they explain to the nurse, wait, what happened to Lori? Why is she here? Blah, blah, blah. The flashback of the end of H2O when Michael breaks the ambulance driver's neck, that mask that he's wearing is the Resurrection mask. It wasn't the H2O mask. So the flashback for H2O, Michael had the new mask on from Resurrection, you know.
Yeah, we had that great discussion this morning about that.
Yeah.
About them switching up masks in certain films.
Yeah.
The Scream 1 mask, if you notice, like when they're doing the Drew Barrymore stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot shorter in the mouth. The mouth's a lot shorter, and it seems a little bit more like wider on the on the eye section. You know what I mean? And then you look, just a couple scenes later at Sydney's house, and it's like the ones you would buy at the store now.
Right.
Where the mouth's a little bit longer. So yeah, it's pretty weird how they do that and think that us hardcores aren't going to notice those continuity errors. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like,
Yeah, and back to H2O, again, 4 masks, right? So you got one for the promo, where he's looking through the little circular window at Laurie Strode, which isn't in the movie. With that mask, it's in the movie with another mask, so that's the second mask. When he kills the nurse in the beginning, that's the third mask, and then the stupid CGI mask.
Yeah, you showed me that picture, that one where he's looking at her through the circular, hole in the door, and that didn't look anything like what's in the movie.
No,
that had to, like, have you said, been a early trailer, clip or something. I don't know. I don't recall seeing it. Back in the days, you probably could find something on VHS, but maybe. I don't recall it being that different.
No, it must have been. Maybe they were going to shoot it, and then somebody saw it, and I was like, nah,
no,
it's not gonna work. You know what I mean?
Test shot, yeah. They're like, oh no, you need to get that out of there.
Yeah, exactly. And then the CGI, that's just. Yeah, I heard they were having some kind of trademark thing during filming, so. Maybe that's why they couldn't use a mask at that point. I would have just showed over the shoulder or something.
I just had to cringe right now because I just thought about that scene where where the girlfriend is in the elevator and it slams on her leg.
Oh yeah.
The first time I saw that was like cemented into my brain. I was like, how did her leg not come off?
Yep, that's right.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm just thinking about it now. It's so it's gross.
Yeah, man. So
and then he did her dirty after that too. He's like, I don't care how messed up your leg is. He poked her a couple times.
Yeah.
It was like, man.
Exactly. I felt he was too small in that movie, kind of too clean, like you said.
Yeah. Way too clean. Way too clean. He's hanging out in rest stops and whatnot.
Yeah.
And switching dirty old cars and everything. It's like, and he looks like he just got his, it's like he just got to work and got his uniform out the cleaners. So.
Right. Crazy, man. So I'd go probably, Scream 1, Scream 4 is kind of a toss-up for me. I mean, the first Scream was something different, so.
Yeah.
It definitely
kind of
was.
On its own.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that last night, how so much stuff piggybacked off of that.
Right. So 3 is probably the weakest link, even though I still watch 3.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's still entertainable.
Right.
It's weird. You have a certain day, like, what, I'm going to watch part 3. I ain't watched it in 3 years or something, you know what I mean? But, it'll hit you like that. It was not bad.
Yeah, it was a good kill with Jay McCarthy where, Ghostface was hiding with the costumes of Scream, so that was pretty cool.
Solid opening too with the whole Cotton Weary stuff.
Yeah, the Cotton kill and his girlfriend. Yeah,
I really like that one for some reason.
It's a good kill, because he's stuck in traffic, so he's got to race home. And you're like, damn, dude's already inside watching your girl shower.
Yeah, and then the whole dope aspect of like we didn't know yet that he had like a that voice box to So for her to not know that it was it wasn't him calling her, threatening her like that,
right?
It just added that level of suspense to that scene too.
So I wonder if Cotton or Liev wanted to be in it. Liev Schreiber. I wonder if he was like, damn, you guys gonna kill me off, or I wonder if he was like, damn, I kind of wish. Because it kind of seemed like got to get rid of you type thing.
Yeah, I think, what, honestly, I think they didn't really have anywhere else to go with him.
Okay.
They milked him for 2 movies.
Yeah.
And he made it to the 3rd. So I feel like they were just like, yeah, it's and, in hindsight, it was a good idea they did do that because, we still got Dewey, we still got Sydney, and we still got Gail running around, and it's just like, you got these characters that have been around since the first film. It's like, yeah, you kind of gotta
do something, right?
You gotta up the ante a little bit. Otherwise, when people go and see these movies, they're gonna know, all right, well, I know that person's not dying. It's gonna be this guy that dies just because I know,
Right. What do you think about Jamie Kennedy basically breaking down the rules of the horror film throughout the movie?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that whole aspect. You know what I mean? And that's become like a pop culture kind of thing now. You know what I mean?
Right.
People know the whole. I'll be right back. You know exactly what you're referencing.
Right.
And then it was ironic. He didn't do a lot of those things, and he still died.
Yeah.
Well, no, he said he did lose his virginity in part 3. Actually,
yeah.
He had it on the record, and he lost his virginity. But still, it's like he wasn't doing it then, though.
Right.
So, yeah. And me and Mike talked about the kill on part 2 with Randy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, bro? I took, she references it at the end that she got a little knife happy on him, so it was obviously her that pulled him in the van and done him up. But me and you were talking, I'm like, all right, so how would she pull him in, throws him pillar to post in the van, and then, you know what I'm saying?
And he can't fight that off.
Doesn't do anything.
Right. Mickey would have done I think Mickey could have done it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but not her.
Yeah, Mickey was crazy.
Right. Yeah, that might be one of the, I wouldn't call it an issue, but one of the, scratching my head points of that second one.
Yeah.
And is it Jerry O'Connell? Okay. All right. Jerry, nothing against you, but just the character you played was just obviously designed that way, but he's Sydney wasn't even into him. She wasn't feeling him, and he was just kind of clinging on. Kind of felt bad for him.
Yeah, if that was my girl, bro, man. I'd be like, what's wrong with you?
Right. And then, you get up there.
Interested.
Get up there and do that stupid song and dance, at the cafeteria. I was just like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, why would you want to date a girl whose mother and friends were butchered, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just recently, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I don't get it.
But the Michelle, what's her name, Sarah Michelle Gellar? That scene was good. That was a good kill. That was creepy. You know what I mean? Gets the phone call. You know, what do you think of that one?
That was good. That's actually one. That whole scene is very dope. You know, the way he sneaks in and they show him, and you know, just I love the way that scene's shot. I mentioned to you yesterday when we were talking about that scene on the DVD box set. Not the new Blu-ray, not the new Blu-ray sets that you get, but if you go back and get the old DVD box set with the 3 films in there, there's a big error on that scene where he's killing her. He
on the back of the box, or are you saying
in the scene where he kills
in the
her.
actual scene?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
he's,
man.
You see him stab her twice,
okay.
And then as he goes to pick her up, you see one of the crew members stand up. He's got a big old white shirt on, and it's only on that cut though, because I went back and looked on it on Blu-ray and it's not there.
So when you went back and looked at it on Blu-ray, was the scene still the same and they just painted him out?
Yeah, I don't know. It cuts a little bit quicker, I think, too.
And that's the Sarah Michelle Gellar part in 2.
Yeah, right on that balcony when he throws her off the ledge.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that because speaking of scenes that happen like that, I know in Terminator 2, when the big rig goes off the bridge, the windows pop out. So I watched a making of it recently, actually, and James Cameron said that always bothered him, right? So when he re-released it for some special edition, he had all that painted out, so it looks like the windows stained. I don't know how the fuck they do that, you know what I mean? But it's amazing.
Man,
you know?
I want to say something to James Cameron. Can we please get a True Lies Blu-ray release?
It's not out on Blu-ray yet?
What is going on with you, James? I need that in my life.
I didn't know it wasn't out on Blu-ray.
No.
I must have the regular one then.
Yeah, just DVD. It's crazy. I don't get it. That's like
Jamie Lee Curtis off the hook to that Sade song. Never thought I'd see the day.
Great song, man. I mean, and great movie. I don't know why. You know, it's got Arnold in it. I don't know why he hasn't put money into that. And and he's got the money to go back and remaster his films and all that.
Yeah. Love True Lies, bro.
The studio doing now. It's been a success, man. Just go back to the studio. Like, we remastering this joint.
Yeah, they totally could.
That was 94, right?
Yeah, 94.
Yeah. Love True Lies, bro.
That's one of my favorite, bro. I've watched that movie so much over the years. It's like insane.
94, yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Right.
I would hope so. Well, I mean, I don't know. Arnold's over here doing all these stupid movies, and it's like we still haven't even got him in a Predator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing all these Terminators and stuff, and it's like, man, can we get another Dutch?
Terminator's his bread and butter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's his. He knows anytime he needs a check, like, let me just go throw the Terminator jacket on real quick. We're good. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's robotic too.
Yeah, exactly.
So he don't really gotta like act in that.
Yeah, but I didn't like. Speaking of Terminator, did you see the last one?
I did not. I saw the whole long trailer before I saw Joker, and it was just like, man, like they showed like a 10-minute trailer, like it was the whole first scene of her like fighting us. I was like, man, what is going on?
Exactly, dude.
You're trying to force this on me already.
Yeah, very forced. Anyway, but so I'm gonna rank it. I'm gonna probably go right now. The way I'm feeling right now, I'm gonna go Scream 4, then Scream, then 2, then 3. What about you?
I think my order is the same. 1, 2, 4, 3.
1, 2, 4, 3. Okay.
Oh, you said 4, 1,
4,
right? Okay, so
4,
no, mine's 1, 2, 4, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, 3's the least. I mean, like I said, it's not a terrible movie, but it's the one that I definitely least watch of the 4.
Even Sydney's like her secured house was scary just to be there by yourself with. I don't think she had like a security door or nothing. She had that big ass window open. You talked about the gate she had.
You could literally just put your leg over it. You know what I mean? It's like, and then you were saying she's got all these big old windows in the house.
And she keeps them shits wide open as far as the drapes. I mean, the window's probably locked.
She's sitting there sleeping on the couch. It's like,
you can just peek right in and see her sleeping. And
it made no sense.
I didn't feel like she was too safe there. And then at the end, she's like, she leaves it unlocked or something. The door, remember? She looks at the door.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever, but.
I don't know. I mean, at least they, at least they didn't completely mess it up.
No.
I mean, it had good elements to it with the whole brother and everything. Part 4 though, I could see why you have that up there on your one though. Like that Olivia kill is I think brutal. That's one of the best in the franchise.
Yeah, that was brutal, and they show her guts for like a split second. When
yeah.
Sydney goes back in there, but Even the kill with Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the street lights looked on them, and I don't know. I just like the way it was shot too, man.
Let me ask you: Does that Bruce Willis line kind of kill it for you?
It does, but there's a but there. It kills it for me. It kills it for me, but I give it a pass because of the way it's shot. I think I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'd rather it not be there. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of corny, but
it's just a quick line. You kind of get over it after time. You know what I mean? You're just.
I look away. You know when I'm like, but just that night scene. Scream 4, dude. I can't say enough about it. But yeah, they didn't need that Bruce Willis line. You know?
We were talking about that line he delivers to Sydney afterwards on the phone. That's a mic dropper right there.
The eyelids.
Yeah. He has this dope line. You haven't seen it, but there's this dope line in the movie where he's like, he calls her after he kills the girl, and he's like, welcome home, Sydney. He's like, preview coming to events. And then she's like, why don't you show your face and all this thing? And he's like, oh, I got plans for you. I'm going to slit your eyelids open so you don't blink when I stab you in the face. And I was like, damn.
Right?
Yeah, he went ham on her. I was like, whoa. So, I mean, it's up to the point to where, the point that we saw, where she kicked him, that was like, ah.
All right, Les, if you don't mind, can you show us who signed what again on both your masks? Just kind of run through it.
This is right here is the New Blood mask. Got this on Amazon, but pretty easy to identify since it's got the lower part taken off. But it's actually signed by Kane, and then the director, John Carl Buechler, if I'm saying that right.
Okay.
But he also passed away in 2018 too. So this is a nice piece now.
Damn. Nice. And then the other one.
Then we got the final chapter one right here. And we got Jason Ted White. You got Corey Feldman on here. And then we got Tom Savini who does the special effects. So
yeah.
So that's a good one. The more signatures the merrier. And then also of course, we got the part 2 one, Steve Dash.
Yeah. Nice, man. Okay. Good deal, man. I appreciate you bringing your prized, collectibles, man, down here on the plane and all that good stuff, dude. I mean,
no doubt, man. Luckily it's not no crazy big, nothing big like your alien shoes or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be a pain in the butt to have to,
Yeah. Which, man, those alien shoes. Glad I got them. Monsterpalooza, if for some reason you hear this, bring them boys back from Aliens, man. And Vasquez.
We need Sigourney.
Yeah, Sigourney had shut that place down. Right. Sigourney Weaver.
Please give us Sigourney.
Yeah, I'd go do that. That would be... I don't even know how you'd even...
get that in.
Get tickets. I mean, dude, it would probably sell out...
Like that.
Oh, man.
Quick. Quicker than Robert Englund. It'd be bigger than that.
I think she would, just off the fact that him, you have a better chance of getting to meet him at a con. Her,
yep,
she's kind of rare. Yeah.
You're slim. I think your only real chance of meeting her would be like going to San Diego.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but good luck at with that.
Right.
Exactly.
How crazy that's been these days. So I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be pretty crazy. But yeah, that'd be dope to get Sigourney.
She'd probably go for 120 maybe. What do you think?
I'd pay it.
Mike Tyson was going 250, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to sign some gloves at some place.
250.
250, and I don't even think you get the gloves.
Oh well, shit.
It's just for an autograph, man.
Mike's tripping.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know though. Mike, you're not tripping.
You wildin'.
Mike, you're not tripping. Yeah. Not at all. That's them guys saying that.
Mike, I got you. I met Mike a couple of times. So
is that right?
I'm talking about the 250. I ain't got it, Mike. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he signed my stuff for free. So yeah,
he was cool.
Like that's absurd 250, bro. Come
Where'd
on.
you just see him at the gym or something?
Yeah, he used to be. It was Hit Factory in Vegas. I was working out one day, and he was just in there just hanging out. And then I seen him a couple of times, but yeah, my mom knew him from taking photographs at the fights and stuff.
Oh, crazy.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so he was pretty cool to her. So yeah.
Okay, I read his book, his latest book.
I gotta get it.
It's
check it.
It's
Wow.
He's got a pretty cool podcast too.
Yeah, his podcast.
That's what I heard, man.
Yeah,
what's it called?
Whatever.
Is it something smoking or?
Yeah. What is it? Hotboxing.
So yesterday, man, we went down to Pasadena, South Pasadena, and took Les to Haddonfield, to the Michael Myers house, Sugarmint Gallery, Laurie Strode house, the Speed Kills Street. I mean, what'd you think, man? Because you had never been there before, right? So
that was fun. We got to do a little bit of an investigation. There, a lot of the locations you already knew about.
Yeah.
So that made it easy for you to show me around. But we, like I said, we had to do some investigation on that Speed Kills scene.
Yeah.
We were trying to match up, the trees, the houses, and exactly where the vehicle stopped, and and then we pulled it off though.
Oh yeah.
We got the picture of you and him, and at the same time, with the dual, photos that you got, and it looks spot on, so that worked out.
That was cool because we tried to get into the house. Les asked the mailman because he was just as we were there. This guy goes in to deliver the mail inside the house, so we can actually see the stairway like without a door in between it. And I was like, fuck, I don't know. And Les was like, fuck it, I'm gonna ask him, and we didn't get in, but good try.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, it's cool if we go in there right quick, take a picture on that staircase. He's like, oh no. It's like, all right, whatever. Hey, it's the worst. That's the worst that could have happened.
You're right, but it felt like Haddonfield, right? I mean, just walking the streets. I mean, 40 something years later. It
was surreal when you took me through that back alley where like in part 2 where they're looking for Michael and he's going from house to house.
The Elrod house, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like that was surreal to see that. Like all I could think about was when we're walking down that alley. And I just picture seeing like Donald Pleasance and Sheriff Brackett right there. What I mean? It was crazy.
Good stuff, man. It's always in that neighborhood and everything down there. It's just so peaceful, man.
Yeah.
You see people walking, like just chilling.
I ain't never seen so many people walk dogs in my life.
Yeah, it's just a chill neighborhood,
Yeah.
South Pasadena, by the way, because I heard if you call it Pasadena, there's problems,
Yeah, you gotta be specific these days.
Yeah, all good. Well, I was glad to be able to take you there, man.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, bro. Yeah, that definitely was surreal. Especially the hedge too. The hedge. Yeah, we got to see the hedges in PJ Soul's house.
Yep, Pee Wee Herman's.
Yep. So I mean, we covered a lot, and I thought all that was within one street, but come to find out, we had to go a couple blocks over here, a couple blocks over there. It was unique though. Even
the house in part 2 where he kills that girl next door to supposedly the Elrods, that's in some other city,
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why they do that, but maybe it's probably because they feel they need the scene later after they already shot it. Maybe something like that. So.
Yeah, or maybe they, or you never know. They could have just added it on. And, if we need another kill here, but bro, I appreciate it, man. That was some dope filming location.
For sure, man. Next time you come down, we'll try to hit the Part 3, Friday the 13th.
Part 3, that's the bucket list right there. The barn.
We'll get there.
Legendary barn.
We'll get there, brother. One last thing. Want to thank Les for coming out. Definitely appreciate it, man. We've been planning this for a while, so.
Appreciate you, my brother, man. This is all you.
Yeah, man. So I have a parting gift for Les. Appreciation gift for him coming down here. Let me get it real quick for you.
I'm expecting to see him come in with the flyers or the streamer, whatever joint, whatever.
This is for you, brother.
Oh,
nice.
Collection. What?
Oh, yeah, Trick or Treat. 78 version.
Bro, are you for real?
Yeah, bro.
Quit playing.
Oh, you.
Oh my god. Damn.
That's dope.
So.
How epic.
I know you.
Damn.
You've been looking for it, so. I don't know how you're gonna get that back. We'll figure out a creative way to get it back in your backpack. Or
I should be able to if I can just get a Ziploc, like a plastic bag or something.
Yeah, because it won't be folded up.
I hope so.
For that long.
Man, that is so awesome, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, we got to rush out of here because one of the batteries just died on my camera. So. Thank you, Anderson, for everything. Thank you, Les.
Thank you, brother.
Much love, brother. And
appreciate y'all.
And we'll do it again.
This was great.